Hello there, welcome to the 40th Jorvik Viking Festival. And here we are meeting. Please, can I introduce yourself?
I'm Wendy Findlay, or otherwise known as Wendrida of Ackley.
Ackley?
Ackley.
So you're from these shores?
I am from these shores. Ackley is a place in County Durham.
Yes.
Newton Aycliffe in modern times. So Ackley stands for clearing in the oaks.
Thank you. Clearing of the oaks. And what brings you here to Jorvik today on this special 40th anniversary?
Our group come every year, so we always come, we stand on these steps and we always get some photos taken. It's a fantastic festival, we enjoy it so much.
And it turns heads, doesn't it, really, having all these people in York dressed up to the nines. So could you introduce this gentleman here on your left-hand side? Would that be okay?
So this is Stuart.
Nice big booming Viking voice, sir.
Sir of Ackley.
Hello.
Hold that.
I'm Karen.
Yeah. You enjoying your day, Albert?
Yes.
And how long have you been involved in Viking reenactment work?
Viking reenactment about 20 years.
Yeah.
And reenactment in total since I was 16, so that's 20 years. No. Since I was 16, I'm 53 now, so working out 40-something years.
10 years or so, is it?
Yeah,
Somewhere like that, you know.
Been doing but we do Anglo-Saxon now. We formed our own group about 10 years ago.
Yep.
And we do our own events.
So how far afield do you get? Are you sort of spreading as far as the Vikings themselves?
We get a lot. Well, actually, we go to Bamborough Castle about 5 times
Fabulous.
a year. So that's right next to Holy Island.
Yep.
So we've done the pilgrimage from Bamborough Castle over to Holy Island.
Yep.
In all our finery. And
that was Uhtred's home, of course, wasn't it, was Bamborough? Is that right? Allegedly. So he says. That's what he said. That's his story.
I can't believe anything we say.
Well, indeed. In all these chronicles and myths and so forth, isn't it? It's all.
Yes.
So where else have you been this year?
Where have we been this year? This is our first event.
Our first event this year, so we normally go around to the northeast mainly.
Yeah.
So Bamborough Castle's the one that we do a lot. We go to Kirkleatham Museum, Adgeffrin Museum, which is a new distillery up at Wooler. It's been there for about 2 years now, I think. So we go there a lot, and they've got that's all around 7th century Anglo-Saxon.
We do Setchfield
so a bit
Medieval
different,
Fair,
yeah.
we do Herworth Fair, we do Gisborne Priory, we'll be doing Kirkleatham Museum.
So our group, we do around about 15 events every year.
Fabulous. So lots of opportunities to catch you up for the rest of the season then.
Absolutely.
You're just starting your Viking of the year, as you might say.
Yeah.
And would we mind saying hello to these folk over here? They look very anxious to be the next sacrificial lambs. You can sort of see the fear in the eyes that kind of gives it away.
I've got a muster now, so
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can you introduce your character names for today, please?
Yeah, I'm Gundolf,
Gundolf.
and I'm a weaver.
A weaver.
My wife and I, we deal in textiles.
Yeah.
Taking the wool complete from when it comes off the tree,
Yep.
right to a finished cloth.
Now, I can't but notice that your good lady wife here is very colourful, very resplendent and great. You're a little bit dowdy, if you don't mind me saying so, sir.
Well, it's like most married couples. What's hers is hers, and what's mine is hers.
Ah, that's where it starts, is
She
it?
ends up with a lot more of the bling, whereas mine is practical for doing the work.
So am I right in saying there's some significance here on all this kind of bling, if you like, that you're displaying?
Well, the Anglo-Saxons love the bling. All these are based on grey finds. So
Yep.
I've got the Staffordshire Hoard.
Yeah, lovely.
That's the Staffordshire horse. And this is a find from Kent, I think. It is a well-known cross.
Lovely.
And this is a 7-point that says that I'm part of the Witan, which is the leading group.
Like a ruling council sort of
Yes,
thing, is it?
yes.
So you'd maybe decide on the next leaders or the earls or so
Yes,
forth. Is that right?
yes.
Yeah. So you're a power broker then, aren't you? If you might.
Absolutely. I look after the money.
And is that typical then, this kind of feminine sort of supremacy within the communities?
Absolutely. For Anglo-Saxons, women were just as powerful, if not more, than men. So we had the right to vote, we could choose who we married, we could inherit, we could run a business, and then the French came and ruined it all.
Then they just thank you so much for joining us today. Are we passing the mic across?
Yes.
We're coming thick and fast now. Let's introduce yourselves today, sir. May I start with you?
I'm Colin.
Colin?
Yes.
That's not very... Is that a Viking?
Colwyn. Sorry.
Colwyn, like
Yeah.
Colwyn Bay in Wales?
Yes, Colwyn.
Is that named after you then? Was it what did you do to get that naming? I better not ask her.
Well, my name's Colin, so
Right.
in Anglo-Saxon.
So actually, that is an old name because it kind of sounds pretty regular modern, doesn't it?
Yes.
Maybe it's just yours. I'm really noticing that brooch. If you don't mind me coming in on that, it's beautiful.
Yeah, well, this was made by Colwyn, actually. This was made by Colwyn. He's a silversmith.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah.
My name's Heather.
Heather.
My Anglo-Saxon name is Hadra.
Hatra.
Hadra. H-Ash, which
Yeah.
is the A-E, back to back for the letter, and then double D-R-E, but you pronounce it Hadra.
So are you a settler in these parts? Are you one of these terrible immigrants
Well,
that we've heard of?
Well, today I am a Viking today.
You're a Viking today, yeah. Today, Matthew,
in
yeah.
the 10th century, we were integrating with the local Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah.
And some of us were taking on Christianity, so this was a really interesting period
So do you think
transition.
when it kind of comes to the culture, is there much to choose between Anglo-Saxon and Viking, or is it two sides of the same coin, if you like?
Well, with the integration, we became very sort of respectful of each other's differences in culture to start with, because Anglo-Saxons were actually pagan before they became Christian. In the 6th and 7th centuries, we were all pagans.
So you're kind of learning to wear new clothes, as you might say.
Yeah, we came from the same area, same part of Europe. So.
But right now, I'm guessing I can see Thor's hammer, can I, across there?
Yes.
So you are still very much in the
Well, my Thor's hammer.
the old gods, as you might say. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So Thor's hammer obviously represents God of Thor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
then
Thursday.
On Thursday. And the beads are actually what you call Hibernian Norse beads.
Yep.
And that's where the Vikings settled in Scotland and Ireland.
And is that like natural glass that you'd find on beaches and
It
so
is,
forth?
it's all from sand. Yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it? So are they coloured, or is that natural kind of phenomenon, as you might say?
That's a really good question. I think it was just due to heat and whatever natural products were at hand that they could actually create cobalt blue. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's and obviously I know these reproduction, but I mean, they're so vibrant, the colours, aren't they?
Yes,
it's-
very significant of the period.
So would you say colour was important for Viking ladies, for kind of showing their status and their personalities?
Yeah, so the colour and the quality of textile was crucial to the position in society and the status that you were in. So today I'm actually dressed quite regal, quite high status. So if you're a little bit lower in society, you wouldn't be wearing something like this to work in the
So if I was at kind of
kitchen or
Roskilde
taking
Fashion Week and I was covering that as a journo, I'd better tell just at a glance
Absolutely.
who's in and who's out, as you might say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're a kind of culture that kind of wears it on the outside, as you might say.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day here in York today. It's 40 years anniversary of this fabulous festival.
Yeah.
Not your first time, I take it, you've been here today. So I'm not going to ask how many years.
8.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Quite a veteran.
Yeah.
And do you get involved in the dust-up at the end, or do you stay away from the
Not
fray?
today.
No.
Not today. I value my
Carrying an injury, is that what it is?
eyes and fingers too much.
There are some big-looking lads around, aren't there? So I think keep your head down with me. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you. Thanks for being part of it. Bye-bye.